Hey, so this week we're going to break down some of the Twinkle Twinkle challenges that I've seen online. And then next week, stay tuned because we're going to show you how to create your own intro. All right, enjoy. All right, so Bart Orr's version. Okay, so let's stop there. We'll just kind of focus on the intro. And one of the things you want to do is you want to get that melody line. Right, so you have that with the melody, and then with the bass you have right, and so when you put them together, and what I would do, and let me move this around a little bit. You know, when trying to get this. When you try to get this, again, focus on when you're trying to learn these kind of movements and these kind of voicings, you want to focus on your extreme notes, meaning your root and your top. So, right. Something like that. And again, like I said, I'm not going to do note for note. I'm just kind of trying to show you the melodic line that he's doing. So that first chord you have. So, and again, I'm not using the exact things. I'm going to do my own interpretation. That way it goes faster. Right? So you have this here, which is just a minor 7 chord. And then, so really I would do a, let's make this an E major 7. Right? And then for this next one, we're going to make it a B. We're going to make it a B flat major 7, but voiced that way. Okay, so it'll be. And then when you go here, and by the way, this is E flat, B flat, B and F sharp, and then we'll make this regular. We'll make this a regular A flat minor 7. Okay, and then what's next? I don't remember what's next. Let me listen to it one more time here. Oh, okay. It's da 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 da. Okay, so. Oh, I see. Okay, so after this one, instead of going to an A flat, we're gonna go to a B. And let's just make it a regular old A flat minor. I mean, technically we could make it like a B major 6 here, but let's just make it an A flat minor with a B on bottom, and then that's the move. So, but I'm gonna change it. I'm going to change it to this, which is really just an F sharp add 2, drop 2, because we've dropped the B flat down. So it'll be. Well. I like that, so let's do that. Okay, so again. I've just filled out the chords more. I didn't really add too much information. And then do that. So here's that note there. So he's going from that E flat to the E. Like that. That's how I'm playing it. Again, I'm not doing necessarily a note for note transcription this time. I'm just kind of breaking it down. Okay? So let's get the last part of this, and then we're going to be done with this intro. I'm only focusing on the intro for this one, and then we'll stop. Okay, so yeah, perfect. All right, so da da da, hit that B, and then Okay, so what I would do there is, and what's actually going on theory wise, when he goes, that's kind of the melody that's going on. But what he's doing is he's using dominance to approach the B, which is where the song was in B. So he's using dominance to get to that B, and the way he's using it is. See those chords there? Those are dominant chords because you have a when he hits that C sharp there, it's the top of the E flat dominant chord, and then when he gets to this B, it's the top of a C sharp dominant chord, and then he goes to an F. It sounds like an F7 sus4, and then so. And I keep when I go, but that's just kind of like a 5-1, right? But then if you add some more notes to that, it's a little bit better. But I like the A flat in there, and then like that. Okay. All right. So that's our first breakdown. All right, move this down. Okay. 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 So what's going on here in this one is you have a so what she's doing is so she's trilling up on that. It's just a regular old C chord with the E, C, and a G, and then it's kind of like everything kind of moves up a minor third, except the C to E, which is a major third. Okay, so that's what we're doing. And Daniella uses a lot of these third kind of open voiced. She uses a lot of open voice chords, and a lot of kind of like what I could call approach voicings, because she's getting to this chord here, which is a D major, but she's getting there by going around it. That's right, before it, after it, and to it. Okay, and then when she goes, now of course you can add melodic, because I said I'm not doing it exact, so you can make these major 7 voicings by adding a B there. Right, and you can add the a sus2 here with the E there. Again, not exactly what she did, but just giving you guys information on how you can kind of, if you want to add more to it. Now, okay, so now that's the whole chord. This chord right here, this chord, which is a D flat 9 sharp 11. This is her approach chord. This is what she's getting to. So she's kind of teasing you with this chord, but everything is moving to this chord here. So, right? But then even this chord is only the beginning of a progression. The beginning of the progression would be, okay, so this is the chord she's trying to get to, but this chord is the start of a 3-note progression that would end with this B. Da, C sharp, C, B. So that's what she's trying to do. Okay, so that's the progression. Now how it sounds all together. Okay, so that's how she's doing that. And of course the notes would be this is really just like I said, these are 6/9 chords, but if you want to look at this as being just more a regular, a diminished chord, it's really a diminished, but the B is on top because that's her melodic line. Okay, now let me see what else is going on in this song. A lot of melodic information here. All right, so yeah, stop. All right, so again, I'm not doing a note for note because otherwise I won't get finished with this. Okay, so I'm gonna come as close as we can to this thing here, and then she's going, and then she has this voicing. This is, I believe she's implying the G major 7. That's right before she goes into the, or right before she does that kind of, right before she does that, she hits a, she hits this kind of this kind of voicing, which is implying the G major 7. So that G major 7 is about to approach those chordal, well, what sounds like chordal voicings, right? But they're not chordal; they're really 6/9s, which is why I said her intro is more focused on 6/9s. But let me just listen to make sure I hear that dominant, that G dominant that she's hitting there. See, she does it fast. So, and then, so the 6/9 chords would be, they're all black notes: C sharp, G sharp, D sharp, F sharp, 6/9, 6/9. Then we're gonna go to a dominant, a D dominant chord. Then we're gonna go to a diminished, and then we're gonna go to something like that. Okay, so here's how it sounds together. Starting from those 6/9 chords. Okay, and then, right, which is your A9 sharp 11. So hit this first, and then we're gonna go up a half step. And then with the dominant chord, it's gonna be a D, F sharp, C with a diminished chord. And these are all Daniella, I think she's allergic to root voicings. You can tell her I said that because she likes to play things in mostly drop 2 or open voiced positions. So this is a dominant, right? Drop 2 because the second note from the top is dropped. Same thing here. Okay, same thing here. We have a D diminished 7 here, and this second note from the top is dropped. So we have, and then okay, and then we have something she's doing here. Right, I'm gonna make up my own thing for that. Okay, so that's probably what it is. So here we go. Let me do that again. Right, and then we have this trying to figure out what's next. And then she goes. Right, okay, and then she starts it. Okay, next one. Rodney East. So what we're going to do with this one, intro again, just the intro. But instead of teaching you, I'm going to listen with you so that I teach you how to decipher what notes are. So kind of teach you my process again for ear, trying to figure out some of these chords. So let's listen to it first. Okay, so the first thing you noticed here. What's the first thing you notice? Now on the screen, I'm going to throw up a little poll here. Is this major or minor? Is he starting in a major or minor key? Which one is it? Okay, vote on the screen. Okay. All right, now you should have said minor, right? So that gives us a lot of information in terms of what the chords are going to be. if you know that it's minor. Okay, now he's major. Okay, so if you notice, this whole intro is a darker sound. It's a minor sound. So when trying to figure out voicings, then we should know then that most of these voicings sound like minor voicings, maybe some minor sixth in there, maybe a couple of diminished whenever they're appropriate. So let's go ahead and start with the first one. Let's figure out these chords together here. Let's figure out the first three. Okay, so let's get that first one. So that first one, well, we already said minor voicing, so let's go with the A minor here. Very good. Next one. Well, we know that Twinkle Twinkle is a perfect fifth, right? And perfect fifth from the A will be an E flat. So let's go with an E flat minor voicing. So A minor, A flat minor. So we know A flat minor voicing is here. E flat minor voicing. So we have. Okay. Now, does he have the seventh? The seventh is important to know. He doesn't need it. He doesn't need the seventh. Is if he wants to. It just depends on the sound he's going for. I'm going to listen for it. Yeah, it's in there. Okay, so, but he's not playing two D flats. I'm hearing it one. So he's probably going. He could be doing it there, or he could be doing it there. Okay, but it's a strong E minor sound. I'm not hearing the sevenths as strong, so that's why I said he's probably only doing that D flat once. And this is kind of how I'm kind of trying to figure out what they're doing. So it'll be okay. Okay, and then what's that next chord? Let's figure out that next chord. Okay, so let's just go ahead and do little star. So here, now one of the things that you need to do is listen for intervals, because this would be minor, but if we play this as a minor chord, it's going to go. And we know that that's not right. So we know that it's not an E minor here. So what I'm going to have to do then is guess the quality of this chord. And what I'm going to use is what I call intervallic components. It's something that I started teaching on my website about how to hear. And sometimes I'm not listening for chords themselves. I'm listening for the intervals, the distances between the notes. Now, if we listen here, little star. Okay, so if you're listening for intervallic components, I'm going to hear a major second. Okay, so I'm hearing that. Do you hear that? Major second, minor third, and then another minor third. Let's listen for that again. This is the interval. Listening for the interval is going to help with the chord. Some of us are so like, what's the chord? What's the chord? I don't really want the chord per se. I want an interval. I want the intervals contained within the chord. So check this out. See? So heard that? Okay. So now with that information, with the information that I have there, and I'm messing up the, and I'm going to another whole page. I don't even know what that is. Let me drop that down. Okay, so we know that the first one's an A minor. We know that this one's an E. And now we have. So it's as easy as dropping that interval, right? Being able to hear the interval. Again, that's relative pitch. That's not perfect pitch. Relative pitch is just hearing the distances. So we know it's. So we know an E is at the bottom. We know the interval is a major second here. So let's just put them all together. Or, which is what I think he did. Okay, so hear that? Back to the A minor voicing. Okay, so that's how we figure out. That's how we figure out voicings and get some of those color notes in between that sometimes some of you have problems hearing. Right? Let's try that again. Okay, so now I'm hearing the seventh. I'm hearing the seventh on little. Okay, so now that gives me all the information I need. So I know that third chord is, and then, okay. So I heard the interval of the major. Why am I keep doing that? So, right? Because I heard the major second there, da, 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 and then I heard the seventh. Did I say seventh? You know what? I'm doing the seventh from the E flat. That's why I'm calling it a seventh. Because I'm tonicizing the E flat at that point. But I don't want to confuse anybody. It's the sixth because the bass note isn't, well, the root of this chord would be an E, so it's technically a major sixth. So that would be your voicing. So here's the notes, and then. Right, my ear doesn't always hear what's being played. I'm hearing an E flat as a root, okay, and that's why I said seventh, because I'm going from that root, right? But technically it would be a major sixth. Okay, let me keep on going. Da, 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 da. So what we need to do to figure this out, let's get a bass line. Let's get a bass line. Let's get a bass line without the thing being in the way. All right, so let's get a bass line. Okay, good. Okay, so let's get these chords. So we have okay, and then he goes to the major there. So let's see what I'm doing here. Once I know the bass line, it's much easier to try to figure out the chord qualities. Okay, so how we're gonna have a C minor voicing there, and then some of you may have heard that diminished, and then he did this. Right, so Okay, so let's do those chords. So we have an F sus, F9, or F13 actually. So the bass is going to go F, G, C. Check it out. Okay, and then in the right hand you have an E flat chord. It's inverted, and then an A minor 7. Okay, so in the left, here's the right hand. Okay, just a regular OG chord. So we have an E flat, and then we have an A, C, G, and now we have a G, B, D, G. Put them together. Kind of open up these chords a little bit in the left hand. Now we have some 7th notes going on. In that first chord, we have an additional E flat played with the thumb in the left hand, and then an F with the thumb in the left hand, and then we have the G and the E filling out the chord. So he's just doing these chords over and over again. So now what's happening is a lot of his improv stuff is done right before he gets to that F. A lot of the improv moves that are going on are implying a C dominant at the placement of that. Let's keep on going. I want to find the 73-year-old guy that did the challenge. I know he's here. I think that's him right there. Right, let's look at the one that says he wants to do a gospel style. So we're going to look at him.
What, I got to play a gospel style? Twinkle, twinkle, little star. All right, I think I know it.
See him using a lot of circular movements, and it's interesting the way that he's playing this. I love his interpretation of the song. So here we have, okay, so we have so we're going to start off with just a regular tritone, right? And then he goes down a half step in the left hand, and then goes down another half. Okay, so that's what he does there. And then he does a transition chord. In the bass, actually, he has an interesting move here that he's doing, because it sounds like it's a circular fifth, but then he changes it up and it's not. Because a circular fifth would have been, that would be more of a circular fifth pattern. But he doesn't do that. He goes, right? It's a little bit different. It's a little bit different. So the corresponding chords would be, let me start from top. And then back to the A. And then the B. And then he's going to a D minor, to this E dominant chord, sharp 5, right, which is a really interesting voicing. So let me kind of show you what's going on there. So after you go and then this is a transition chord. It's not really part of the song. So this is the A, your A7th here, and then how is just a D minor chord. Then you have a G 7th, and then you have a C 7 major, and then from here he goes to an A minor 9. Actually, let's leave the C off, and that which changes it to a sus, so it'd be A, E, G, B, and an E, and then B, E, A in the bass, which is a B minor chord, B, F, A, D, and then there's a E7, E, D, G sharp, and D, and then, right, so, oops. That part is a E, D minor 9. The 11 is the melody, the G. This is another way to voice it. E, G sharp, C, and a D. So it'll be or it's just a regular old A minor triad, really. And then keep everything the same. Keep the C and the E the same and drop to a G. And then, so it's really just an A minor, C major, okay, second inversion, and then a D major chord. But the way we're voicing it is that B gives you the tension that you need, but not too much, where it can still sound open. And then you can keep this as a D major, add 2, which is with the E at the bottom, drop that F, put the D on the top. Okay, really nice intro. Very, very amazing way that he voiced that and put that together. All right, next one. Okay, he's 10. So we're gonna try to see if there's anything I could break down in this one. Yeah, let's break that one. Okay, so what I'm gonna do. Okay, so let's rewind that. Play that again. Play it again. Those chords. Okay, so that's what I want to break down. The chords. Da 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 da. How I wonder. He's basically going, how I wonder where you are, but he's reharmonizing that, and we want to kind of see what chords he's using. So what I would say is that major, for the most part, he's going major 7 chords. I kind of listened to it, paused the video, went and listened to the chords. He's doing major 7 chords, and he's going to sus voicings, alternating between sus voicings and 6/9 voicings. So the progression goes something like this. Okay, and then something like that. All right, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna have this. You have a C minor 7 here, and in the bottom you have an E flat and A flat. And go ahead and stick in the G. So See, they have that G6-9, the popular G6-9 voicing here, which is just, you just need to know what the notes are, which are D, A's, and then G and E's. All the notes in the pentatonic scale, except the B, which is why they say note 3, because B is a third note, so it'll be. And then again, we're going to a major 7, which is a D flat major 7, regular old D flat chord with a C on top, and double that. And then we're going to, technically we're going to like a 6-9 again, but because we have the B pressed, it becomes a 13 chord. Otherwise, it would be like a 6-9. So here it is. So it'd be. And now we're going to go from an E flat major 7, which is a regular old E flat triad, and add the D. Do the same thing, double it up on that right hand. And then I'm going to go to an A6-9, but the way I voice it, because technically you can, you can just kind of, you could voice it like that, but I like voicing it this way. So okay, again, this is my own interpretation how I'm playing it. So that would be A, E, F sharp, B, E, F sharp, A, and a C sharp. And then he's making a jump into a F sharp major 7. Okay. So that's same thing. We're doubling up here. And then on this one, again, kind of like a 6-9 or a sus voicing there. And then he's going to a B major 7, all black notes with a B at the bottom is a B major 7, and then all white notes with a B flat at the bottom is a B flat major 7, which is what he's doing. Right, so that's what we have. Something like that. All right, stay tuned for next week when I discuss Paris Bowen's song, and then also how to create your own thematic intro for a challenge like this. All right, take care.